Hey, what's up, everybody? For this video, I just want to catch up on a lot of things. I just came back from California, and a lot of things have happened in the world of professional wrestling since I came back from my vacation, which was pretty pretty difficult coming back home because of the tornado situation. A lot of flights got canceled. I actually had to spend the whole night in an airport, which was pretty weird. But let me get right down to it. Just want to catch up on some things. Obviously, Macho Man Randy Savage passed away, which obviously it doesn't really surprise me anytime a veteran wrestler passes away nowadays, especially after the Benoit thing. I don't think anyone could really get shocked after any of these deaths since the Benoit tragedy from 2007. But just want to pay my respects to Macho Man Randy Savage, who I think had a really phenomenal career. I mean, probably one of the first guys the WWF had that really cared about, putting on great matches and stealing the show, as proof with the Savage and Steamboat Classic from WrestleMania 3. I think Randy Savage is one of the best WrestleMania performers of all time, probably easily in the top 10. I think Savage had probably maybe 5 WrestleMania matches that are we could claim as five of the best WrestleMania matches of all time. The Steamboat match is a classic. I thought WrestleMania 4. If you take away Savage's efforts from that tournament, you probably have the worst WrestleMania of all time. So I thought Savage and DiBiase really saved that show and delivered probably one of the better WrestleMania main events of the first decade of WrestleManias. Then WrestleMania 5, we had Hogan versus Savage. I still think that's probably one of Hogan's best matches, arguably his best WrestleMania match, and really saved that show from being a bad WrestleMania. WrestleMania 7, the whole Warrior Savage feud. As a kid, I loved that feud. Probably the first heel I really ever hated was Macho Man and Sergeant Slaughter, and really loved the build up and the aftermath of that match, and that whole match had a lot, probably one of the most dramatic matches ever, and emotional matches as well, with Savage and Warrior from WrestleMania 7, and definitely the Ultimate Warrior's best match ever, in my opinion. And then WrestleMania 8, Savage versus Flair from WrestleMania 8 is another classic storyline. Kind of an overrated match, but I think the story of the match really is what makes it memorable. So yeah, so Savage has had some tremendous WrestleMania matches. If you guys haven't seen the Savage, Macho Man Randy Savage Ultimate Anthology, definitely check it out. It pretty much has everything you could want on it. Yeah, they loaded that thing up with a lot of rare Macho Man gems. So rest in peace to Randy Savage. Also, want to touch on the NBA Finals. Already the NBA Finals is set. We have the Miami Heat and the Dallas Mavericks. This will be a rematch from the 2006 NBA Finals, which was great. I really loved that series. This is a chance for Dirk Nowitzki to avenge the situation that happened. A lot of people thought he got screwed with the officiating when Dwayne Wade went to the free throw line on so many occasions. A lot of people thought the referees were extremely biased. Mark Cuban and Dwayne Wade kind of developed a little mini feud after that series was over. So yeah, a great storyline heading into this NBA Finals. So I can't wait to see it, and it should be great. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Also, ROH's television deal. Very happy about it. I think this is what everyone that's been coming on YouTube and promoting ROH. Obviously, I think a lot of people would admit, we do it for reasons like this. I think everyone wants ROH to become bigger. I think we want to see the indie style, the ROH style, on a national platform, and this is just one step closer to seeing that, and hopefully ROH one day will get a live pay-per-view deal. I think that's what everyone wants to see, on actual real pay-per-view. And the television deal, I have my reservations about it. Obviously, the HDNet deal didn't work out too smoothly, in my opinion. I thought there was a lot of things about the HDNet product that really was bland and really didn't showcase to the masses how great ROH was. That's something I've said time and time again, but I hope this deal with Sinclair Television just goes a lot better. But there is a lot of I'm a little skeptical about it for all the reasons that True Slayer talked about. We don't know a lot about it, and you just in the back of your mind, you just hope that it doesn't become a tragedy or a nightmare with ROH becoming a TNA version 2, with signing a whole bunch of WWE talent and talent that doesn't really deserve to be on the roster. So we'll see what happens, but I have a good feeling about it. I have faith in ROH. So we'll see what happens heading into September. So yeah, so I want to give you my card for ROH's Best in the World at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Just want to go in depth, and well, not really go in depth. I just want to give you my fantasy card. Now, no disrespect to anybody on here on YouTube. A lot of people, even on the ROH message board, have made their Best in the World cards, and they're good. Don't get me wrong. Like, realistically, those are probably what the card is going to end up looking like. But people are booking matches that we've seen time and time again on multiple pay-per-views in a row, and even matches that have already taken place in September, almost a whole year ago. And I just want to see fresh matchups. I don't think it's too much to ask for ROH to go out of their way and just spend some money to bring in some foreign talent and some talent that hasn't been in ROH in a very long time. I don't think I'm asking for too much. It's just one show, and the Best of the World theme means that I really think it means you got to bring in talent from all around the world. Because that's what they did in the first Best in the World, which happened in 2006 when they brought in Naomi Marufuji and Kenta to face Bryan Danielson and Samoa Joe. So let's break it down. This is my card. Opening match, I have Christopher Daniels and Colt Cabana for the TV title. Next up, I have Jimmy Jacobs and Steve Corino taking on Mike Bennett and Michael Elgin, kind of thrown together. But I think Jacobs and Corino, I love the stuff they have going on, trying to prove to everyone that they're not evil. They're slowly climbing the mountain. I love it, actually. I'm glad that Jimmy Jacobs is back in ROH. They've really missed him. He's gotten his act together. We're going to get the good Jimmy Jacobs this time instead of the, pilled up, psychotic Jimmy Jacobs, who is really struggling with himself. Next up, I'm going to have a six-man tag that's kind of thrown together, but I think this would be awesome. TJ Perkins coming in to team up with Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly to take on the All Night Express and Homicide. That should be a fun six-man tag match. Next up, I have El Generico taking on Naomi Marufuji from Pro Wrestling Noah. We've seen it before, but these two guys have improved so much since 2007. This could be an amazing match. It's just something I really want to see once again. Roderick Strong versus Go Shiozaki. These two guys have worked together in 2008, but I feel like both guys have improved so much since then, especially Shiozaki, who definitely got a lot better since coming back to Pro Wrestling Noah. So, two of the hardest choppers going at it at the Hammerstein. Love to see it. Davey Richards versus Low Key. We've seen it in PWG, but not everyone that watches ROH watches PWG. So I definitely think this needs to happen. Just think this could be amazing. Yeah, this could go on right before intermission and would definitely surpass their PWG match. Hopefully, Low Key will be willing to do the job. So we'll see what happens there. World's Greatest Tag Team: Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin taking on the Briscoes. This hasn't been done to death. We've seen the main event, the 9th anniversary show, but I think, World's Greatest Tag Team versus Kings of Wrestling, we've seen it 3 times on pay-per-view already, or 3 times already. I don't think it needs to happen again. I've had my fill of it. Haas and Benjamin versus the Briscoes is something that ROH needs to explore more of, because those are your 2 best tag teams. You need to have them finish out their feud, finish out, doing business together. And I think, what better time than the Hammerstein show? Next up, we have Claudio Castagnoli versus Morishima. This could be great. They had that 2007 match of the year candidate. These 2 guys have improved so much. Claudio could just toss Morishima around. This could do the UFO on Morishima, which would be sick if he pulled that off. I doubt it, though. But, even though we've seen him before, it's something I've been dying to see. I've been dying to see the rematch. Why not do it at the Hammerstein? Next up, we have Eddie Edwards versus Kenta. Davey and Eddie is probably going to be signed for this show. However, though, I really think they should save it for Final Battle. I just don't think there's been enough build-up yet. I would just love to see more promos and a whole bunch of, sit-down interviews before the actual match takes place. I really think they should drag it out towards the end and have the match at Final Battle. But I think as a replacement for Davey, I think Kenta is the perfect guy. This should have main event the show. I don't think Eddie and Kenta is a big enough draw for the first Hammerstein show to be the last match. But I think Davey could come into the storyline and just propose the Kenta challenge, saying, Eddie, if you want to get to me, you have to defeat Kenta first. Now Eddie won't wrestle in ROH again unless he faces Davey, but I really think they could do something on the video wire with bringing in Kenta, because Kenta's the guy that was Davey's mentor when he came in. Davey never defeated Kenta the 2 times they had matches. So and Eddie and Kenta had some tremendous wars in Noah. I just think there's a lot of history there. There's definitely things you could do as far as the storyline, which this match can make a lot of sense if they promote it the right way. And Eddie versus Kenta. I mean, Eddie, arguably the best wrestler in ROH, going up against the best wrestler from Noah. I think it's something everyone wants to see, and hopefully that will happen. But very, very unlikely. But I think it does make sense, though. All right, so main event. Now, it's probably not the smartest thing to book for a lot of ROH fans are new fans today. I know a lot of you guys have gotten to the company because of the DVD reviews and things of that nature. So I understand a lot of ROH fans don't watch Japanese wrestling, so this might not be smart from a financial standpoint if you're trying to draw a lot of people to buy the show. But this would be a huge deal, though. Takashi Sugiura is the Pro Wrestling Noah GHC champion. Not really a likable champ. A lot of people are down on him. A lot of people want to see him lose the belt. A lot of people think this title reign is getting very, very boring because he's been the champion so long, and he already has more title defenses than Kobashi. Compared to Kobashi's long reign, I believe that's accurate. So it's a big deal, though. I mean, if you want to knock Segura, you want to knock him, but you can't take away what he's done as far as match quality goes. He's had some terrific matches and terrific title defenses, even though he's not like, the Kenta Kobashi type of draw for Noah. But, what better way to prove you're the best in the world than to have, Chris Hero, defeat Segura for the GHC championship at the Hammerstein show. I just think that would be huge. I think Hero... obviously the ROH title picture is pretty stacked right now, but I think Hero is definitely in his prime, and definitely you could argue him being, the best in the world right now. And I think Noah definitely is in need of, someone coming over there and bringing some life to the title scene. I don't think Marufuji and Kenta are going to get the opportunity anytime soon. I know people in the past have said that Kenta and Marufuji aren't draws for Noah, but I think Hero would be a big attraction over in Japan. Maybe he could have like a 6-month title reign as the GHC champion and still wrestle for ROH. I think that would just be an awesome way to close out the show, with Hero defeating Segura for the GHC championship and ending Segura's almost 2-year title reign. So we'll see what happens there. Let me know what you guys think of this card. Very, very highly unlikely that this card would take place at the Hammerstein, but let's keep in mind we're still 1 month away. And I still think a lot of these matches have a huge possibility of taking place. It's something I want to see. I really hope the card is like this. I'm not excited at all about some of the cards that a lot of other people are booking besides the Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards match, which I would be very excited for that, even though I would rather see them postpone it until Final Battle. But yeah, I was going to do All Star Weekend 6 preview. Probably don't have enough time to do it, but I'm sorry, All Star Weekend 8 for PWG. We're going to get Hero and Claudio Castagnoli for the title. Go to ProWrestlingGuerrilla.com. You can see those whole cards. Austin Aries is coming back to team up with Roderick Strong, Young Bucks, Low Key. Those shows look tremendously stacked. Looks to be the indie weekend of the year by far. But yeah, Best in the World 2011 coming up. Really excited about. Let me know what you guys thought of this card. And thank you for watching. Enjoy the NBA Finals. We'll see if Dirk Nowitzki can win the NBA championship, the German with his fadeaway jump shots. It's been a beautiful thing to watch, and we'll see if Dwayne Wade and LeBron can bring home the trophy. All right,